Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:21. We're soaring into the afternoon. I hope that you're having a fantastic day out there because the sun is coming out hot, bright, and looking down with some heat upon us. Today, we're returning to a little brief return with R.E.M. We're going to listen to the track Stumble. This is off of their album, Chronic Town, their EP, I should say, which was released in 1982. It's the final track on this particular EP here. We're listening to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Subway Goddess. Subway, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the support as well. I truly appreciate that. Can I just say I also love that username because part of me imagines that, you know, like some sort of guardian in the subway, like, you know, trains and such. And it just makes me think there's some like guard, some goddess, some spirit that's guarding those who are in travel. Or perhaps just a guardian of someone that likes footlongs. You know, it could just go either way. But I just thought of that, and I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. You know. Anyways, thank you for the suggestion. We've listened to a little bit from R.E.M. here recently, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying it. I have, and it seems like most of you have as well. So appreciate that. Let's go ahead and dive into this track. We'll naturally discuss it just a little bit after. Stumble.
Teeth.
It's kind of police kind of sound. Great galloping bass as well. Sounds to it. It's a great drum sound. That's so good. Love the bounces. fantastic track from them. I didn't even wait till it was completely over. I'll repeat. That's a fantastic track from them. That's a really great one. And I can see why that could be a favorite. Okay, so Mills' bass playing. I love that gallop that he has going on in here because that already starts things off with a firecracker of the rhythm. That's, I almost got it, but not quite. He goes a little faster. But I love that gallop because that creates movement, that creates momentum, and the band perfectly plays off of that. Bill Berry, his drumming, fantastic. When he hits the percussion and goes off on those type of toms, it kind of gives the music a little bit of a police sound. It kind of brings a little Copeland into things, but not quite, that fanciful on the hi-hats, even though his hi-hat work is really phenomenal on here as well. The use of the open hi-hat as well, bringing like a nice splash into certain parts and not being just like a typical, on the 4 or whatever. Like he actually inserts it into some kind of cool, more creative moments. So there's almost this act of uncertainty as the music moves along into those particular directions, but always keeping it incredibly fun and flavorful. The way that Stipe sings over here, at certain points he kind of hops onto, the rhythm with the bass and the melody there, with the back and forth part with the bum, ba bum, ba bum, ba bum, and Stipe will perfectly kind of bounce, rock back and forth vocally on those moments. But then when he gets to the chorus, he performs in that more sustained kind of. So there's a nice diversity in the way that this song carries itself. And then after all the grooving that's happening for the first 2/3, we have the break, which brings a nice return to the percussion that's been built up from Barry and gives him a little bit of more room to play in that particular section. And I think that that's really cool. For some reason, some of this reminds me a little bit of like Life's Rich Pageant and like, I don't know why. I really don't know. It's giving me like Hyena vibes a little bit for some reason. But I just like that space that they're given here. And then Buck is doing some really nice things as well. But I'm really focused on the other members. But here, I love this section. And we get some interesting, it sounds like some animals in the back, perhaps that's why. And you get some interesting ambience that are that's happening around that particular section as well. Some backwards sounds that are coming in reversed. And I just like how the band explores that space for a moment and allows it to take over. And like I said, the drums are a huge part, if not the biggest part of that. And then before that section, you have the chant taking over from the chorus, repeating those words there as well. So this is just a really well-tailored song that is both fun, grooving, and with moments like this in the break, very kind of experimental and pushing forward into a different direction. But at the end of the day, it's very catchy. Snappy drums. I gotta say that Barry on the drums and Mills on the bass are kind of my standouts if I had to choose standouts. And also, I didn't do anything, but my back just cracked like for no reason, but it was a hard crack. That kind of hurt a little bit. So go the lyrics here. Teeth is how it begins. I thought he said T at first. We'll stumble through the yard. We'll stumble through the yard. We'll stumble through the APT. We'll stumble through the yard. So first question, what does APT mean? If you don't mind me clicking on the annotation here just to find that out. It's loading. We'll move on until it loads. Forest floor, erasing foliage in store. Yellow mixed with gold and new to scan the graveyard, dig the root. Fallen chant, ball and chain. A fallen chant, as you're chanting something, your voice falls perhaps, or perhaps a chant coming down to us from somewhere else. Ball and chain, of course, something to kind of hold you back, to restrain you, to imprison you, to make you move a little slower. Let's try clicking it again. Still nothing, huh? Okay. Forest floor, or repeating that again. And then here, we do change the lyrics. It was round about midnight. This is, of course, during that percussion break. It was round about midnight. Nice reference. Hipster time, a magic hour in the cool world. When things got around to taking place, it was round about midnight. Hipster time, a magic hour in the cool world. When things got around to taking place. If they're going to happen at all, that's when it's going to happen. Don't need that jazz. Don't need that stuff. It was round about midnight. Hipster time was round about midnight. I mean, I like the jazz round about midnight. I got you. I got your jazz references. I would love to see what APT means. We're not going to do it. Let me try refreshing this page. Okay, well, it's not refreshing for me now. So I just want to know what APT means. Let me try Googling APT. It's a song, but that's not what we're looking for. I get apt. That's not what I'm looking for. I cannot find. I feel like that would help us a little bit. We can at least look at the Wikipedia article as we continue on for the track in general. Let's see. I want to see if there's any information specifically about this track, though. I'm glancing, I'm reading, but I don't necessarily see anything. Give me a Control F. Stumble. During his time in Athens, Michael Ochosky of Pylon ran an answer phone service known as the Athens Party Telephone. Its initialism, APT, was used in the lyric to Stumble. Okay, so an answer phone known as the Athens Party Telephone. But what is that? What is the Athens Party Telephone? Is this just a phone line you can call and just hang out with people? Is it Discord in the 80s? Is that basically what that is? Huh. But let me pull it back here. Let me go back to the lyrics. I accidentally closed the lyrics for Stumble. Let me pull them back up here really quick. I don't know why all of a sudden the page is super slow and it's not like loading for me. It's okay. We got it. We can do it here. All right, we're back. Okay, so in stumbling through the yard, what does the yard represent? Forest floor, erasing foliage in store. To scan the graveyard, dig the root. Scanning the graveyard, a place of death, looking for roots, perhaps some form of life. Even if it's just a root, well, things, of course, can grow from the roots. We'll stumble through the yard. We'll stumble through the APT. Perhaps this track is about growth, and maybe not perfect growth, but looking for something to begin with. Will this load now? It's still not loading. No. None of our annotations are loading. I just wanted to see if we could possibly get some extra information on it. But that's at least like, if I'm cursory glance kind of reading it as we are, here's how I read it. Things will hold you back. Things will keep you down. But even in a graveyard, which has so much death, things can grow. Things can spring from that. And you may stumble through life. You may stumble through things, through the yard, so to speak. Sometimes you need to stumble through the yard to get to the greener grass on the other side. That's how I read it. You let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. Subway Goddess, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the request, and I appreciate that. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. You said that this was the first song that you heard from them. I can see this being if this was the first song you heard from the band, I think you'd be interested in a little bit more. I think this is a great jumping off point and a jumping in point, for a matter of fact. Thank you guys so much once again for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.